Okay. So make sure you get at least the 25 marks during the coursework to be allowed to enter the final exam. The pass mark, you should get 50 in total marks from coursework and for final exam to pass the course. And at least you need to get 25 marks to be allowed to enter the final exams. Your coursework will be TMA, which is a homework assignment. You have to answer it, and usually it's worth 20 marks. And quizzes will be during the semester. The marks will be divided on the quizzes for 30 marks, total of 30 marks. So the total for the coursework, the TMA, and the quizzes equal to 50, and the final exam will be 50 marks. Clear what you have to do to pass the quiz, the course? Can you hear me? There is a student said he didn't hear me. So if you have a problem hearing me, maybe it's from your computer. So I recommend you to make sure that the connection is good in your side, and also you raise the volume up. Abdurrahman, make sure you raise the volume. All right. So the subject is beginning of the computer field, and quizzes will be approximately 30 marks divided on different quizzes. Okay. So 30 quizzes will be 30 marks for quizzes, and 20 mark for TMA. I can speak Arabic, but because the rules of the university, we should give lectures in English, because there are also some students who don't speak Arabic. It will be unfair for them to speak Arabic. They will not understand anything. So the class will be delivered in English. If you didn't understand one of the points, I can explain it in Arabic. Just ask me to do so. How many quizzes? I'm not sure. I think every week you will have a quiz. So every session you will get a quiz. So approximately 7 or 6 quizzes. There is no midterm exam. It is not only 2 quizzes. Your term exam will be divided on the quizzes, as you will get every week a quiz. So by total, you will get around 30 marks for, which is the worthing of the midterm exam. All right. Regard the attendance will be taken from here, from the Teams. So by the end of the session, I will download the file of the attendees, and this will be your attendance. No, not only for quizzes. It will be every week a quiz. So around 6 to 7 quizzes. 6 to 7 quizzes, not 4, not 2. There is final exam. It will be online also, if the strategy will be the same as the last semester. The class, the presentation of the class, everything you need to study for this course will be on LMS. If you don't know this is your section or not, this is, I think, 1302. It is, let me check what's the number of our session. (1503). Is it 1503? I already 13. It is 1306. 1305. Just let me check. It's there on the course. So my course is 1305. Yes. This is 1305. Very good. All right. So any question regard the grades, regard the quizzes? The presentation file, you can find it on LMS. And the record of the meeting also will be sent to you. If you didn't try to log into your LMS, try and you will find the files there. Okay, so I think I already answered the question regarding the box and the slide. Expect the course, expect the quizzes every 2 weeks, because some students take it on odd week, some students take it on even week. So our first quiz will be this Saturday. So it will be on the weekend. Talal, you are allowed to speak. I didn't mute anyone. Meeting next Monday. Next Monday there is no class. Quiz for today class or what? Yes, the quiz, the next quiz, which will be on Saturday, it will be on this class. We are all muted. Okay, so let me check. Just a second. Just a second. I need, I think, to change the properties of the meeting. So, just a second. Can you ask your question by writing, as I have to log into the web browser to change the setting, and I'm not sure about the email and password, so I need also to look for them. So can you write your question? الدرجات إن شاء الله راح تتقسم 50 أعمال سنة و50 فاينل. ال50 أعمال السنة راح تكون مقسمة كذلك إلى قسمين، TMA اللي هو الواجب من 20 درجة، و30 درجة حقت الكويزات بتكون مقسمة على 6 إلى 7 كويزات. كل أسبوع إن شاء الله بعد ما نخلص الكلاس بيكون في عندكم كويز. أول كويز راح يكون إن شاء الله يوم السبت القادم. الوقت حق الكويز شيكوا دائما على ال LMS، لأن هناك بيحطوا لكم الإعلان. الكوردينيتر حق المادة اللي هو دكتور محمد الشنطي بيحط لكم موعد الامتحان والكويز، فلا تفوتوا كويزات. وفي وقت محدد حق تدخلوا على الكويز، ووقت علشان تنجزوا فيه الكويز. يعني كم مدته؟ ممكن تتراوح من 10 دقائق إلى ثلث ساعة. فادرسوا إلى الكويز بشكل جيد وبدوا الكويز وانتوا جاهزين. إذا ما لقيتوا السلايدات راح أرسل إلى دكتور محمد، لأن اوريدي أنا دخلت وشفتهم هناك في التيتشرز فيرجن. بس انتوا اذا ما شفتوها ان شاء الله راح ارسلها لكم على هنا، ارسلها لكم هنا. So I will send you the file here ان شاء الله. بس نخلص راح ارسل لكم الميتنج هنا، و you can download it و use it. Also في اللينك ان شاء الله اللي راح ارسله لكم اللي فيه رابط الميتنج، راح احط لكم الفايل. واذا ما احد لقاه لا في LMS ولا في اللينك، ما اعرف لاي عذر كان، ممكن يرسل لي ايميل وارسل له اياه. الكويز كم درجة؟ ما ادري، كل كويز بتختلف الويت حقه عن الثاني. فعلى حسب عدد الأسئلة، على حسب هل هو chapter 1 ولا أكثر من chapter اللي بيدخل فيه الكويز. النجاح من 50. علشان تدخلوا الفاينل لازم يكون عندكم على الأقل 25 درجة من أعمال السنة، اللي هو الواجب مع الكويزات. فالسبجكت easy try to get high mark علشان ترفعوا معدلكم. المادة أعتقد إنها ما أدري كم ساعة، 3 hours ولا 4 hours. أحد عنده متأكد كم ساعة المادة؟ 3 hours. ف 3 hours يعني بتساعدكم ان انتم تجيبوا فيها، لو جبتوا فيها تقدير عالي بتساعدكم ان انتم كذلك تحصلوا على معدل فيها. الشهد بالنسبة إلى النهائي الترم الماضي كان عن بعد، ما كان في حضور. فما أدري بالنسبة إلى هذا السمستر كيف راح تكون الاستراتيجية لحد نهاية الترم. ف we are expecting إنه يكون عن بعد كذلك، ما يتطلب الحضور. وبالنسبة إلى طبيعة الأسئلة في الكوزات expect multiple choice, expect true or false, expect fill in the blank. وإذا كان عندكم fill in the blank اللي هو الفراغات، لازم يكون السبيلينج صح، لازم يكون الكلمة إذا كان مثلا definition لازم يكون كلمة واحدة من غير ما زيادة أو نقصان، لأنه الcorrection here will be automatic. يعني already الانسر set و your answer will be compared with the answer in the question. If they match, you will get the mark. If they didn't match, you will lose the mark. Okay. ما أدري إذا فوت سؤال ولا لا. What is the minimum mark to pass the course? 50. لازم تجيبوا 50. كل كويز كم درجة؟ جاوبنا عليه. النجاح من كم؟ من 50. الكويزات كلها أونلاين. الفاينل if it is the same strategy as the last term it will be also online. I will send you the slide إن شاء الله with the recording meeting، يعني ويا الريكوردر إن شاء الله راح أرسلها لكم. Yes, this is section 1305. Just to make sure because I didn't get an email from you. Sorry, maybe your email يعني dropped from the list. الاختبار الكويز حضوري اونلاين؟ يس، الاختبارات كلها راح تكون اونلاين، ولا حد يفوت كويز. الكويزات هي عبارة عن الميد تيرم حقك، يعني انت بتجمع درجات حقت الميد تيرم، مش اختيارية. الكويزات اجبارية. المادة داخلة في المعدل؟ نعم داخلة في المعدل. الاختبار نذاكره من الكتاب ولا السلايدات؟ يعني usually I think in most of the quizzes جاية من السلايدات, so I think the slides enough. الكتاب for your reference or for more information. If you didn't understand one of the points in the slide, refer to the book. الفاينل حضوري online if it's the same strategy as the last term. Okay. Is it open book or locked browser? والله يا محمد يعني أنت بتختبر أونلاين، فما في وقت إن أنت تفتح الكتاب وتدور على الإجابة. يعني الكويز لو كان 5 دقائق وعندك 10 أسئلة، على ما تروح تدور الكتاب وتطلع الجواب خلصت ال5 دقائق وأنت لسه في الفيرست question. So ما أقدر أقول لك it's open book ولا locked browser، او ان اعتمدوا على السلايدات. ما في وقت. يعني لو كان الكويز covering مثلا الهول chapters you have no time. المادة سهلة الفهم و basics في الاي تي، يعني if you familiar with IT concepts before, this will be easy subject to get high mark. نعم أول كويز إن شاء الله راح يكون يوم السبت. الفاينل في فاينل وفي كويزات، ومن هنا بتجمعوا درجات حقة النجاح في المادة. النجاح إن شاء الله من 50. أعتقد نعم أن نتيجة الكويز تطلع أول ما تخلص الكويز. للأسف يا أسامة، يعني لو بتحطوني في جروب والجروب في 100 طالب والكل بيسأل نفس السؤال بيكون صعب إني أجاوبكم عليه. فيفضل لو في ريبريزنتر حق الكورس، لو عندكم ممثل يعني من الطلاب يعني هو اللي يتواصل وياي حق سؤال أو استفسار في المادة أو أي شيء يتعلق بالمادة، ممكن احنا نتواصل مع بعض ايميل واتساب اتس اوكي. بس انه يكون 100 طالب يرسلوا لي ما اقدر، يعني ما راح اجاوبهم، فبتكون صعب بالنسبة لي. لو كان بالإيميل بجاوبكم إن شاء الله، يعني حتى لو تأخرت في الرد على بعض الإيميلات بس بجاوب على حسب الأرجنت يعني حق الإيميل. بالعادة نعم، يعني أنا بشيك الإيميلات عادة وأنا ماسكة الجوال، بس ممكن الإجابة لازم أكون فاتحة اللابتوب. بالنسبة إلى كويز يوم السبت إن شاء الله نعم بيكون على محاضرة اليوم. وقت الاختبار ما عندي علم. أتوقع راح توصلكم إيميلات بتوقيت الاختبار، أعرف عنه فقط إنه يوم السبت. يس طلال، إذا ما فهمت شيء بالإنجليزي ممكن أشرح لك بالعربي. المادة الاثنين فهم وحفظ، لأنها فيها تعاريف، فتحتاج تفهم التعريف وش يمثل، ولازم تحفظ التيرمز المصطلح حقه. هالة، دكتورة هالة. اوكي. any question؟ المحاضرة مسجلة، في محاضرات مسجلة حق دكاترة ثانية ممكن، وأنا برسل لكم بعد كذلك إن شاء الله، بس نخلص الكلاس. already السيشن ريكوردد، برفعها إن شاء الله على اليوتيوب وبرسلها لكم اللينك. بغيتوا تشاهدوا الميتنج حقنا، بغيتوا تشاهدوا ميتنج حق دكتور ثاني، براحتكم. برسل لكم المحاضرة بس نخلصها إن شاء الله. التسجيل ينحفظ على ثاني يوم، فبالعادة بنتظر أنا يعني يومين ثلاثة على ما أرسل لكم التسجيل. بالنسبة إلى اليوم الاختبار القادم إن شاء الله today we have 2 chapters ف 2 chapters for the next quiz. ساعة الكويز إن شاء الله بيرسلوها لكم على الإيميل. محمد العواجي regard of the course material on LMS the ebook isn't attached to the material. ما أعتقد أن هذه يعني normal أن ask you for a code or to buy. I will check. التحضير إن شاء الله نهاية السيشن I will download the file of the attendance. Yes, I will send the recorder link through email. بالنسبة كل كويز يكون على chapter واحد، مو شرط إنه يكون نخلص الكويز يكون فقط على الشابتر اللي درسناه. يعني ممكن النكست ويك الكويز اللي بعده يكون على كل الشباتر من أول إلى الآخر. فميك شور إنه you study every day each chapter، يعني لا تفوتوا شيء. المادة سهلة وقصير إن أنت تقعد عليها. يعني بعد ما نخلص اليوم إن شاء الله ارجعوا على السلايدات على طول، لا تأجلوها، بتلاقوا الانفورميشن ريفرش ستيل in your mind. yes، ذاكروا كل شيء. اوكي، العفو. So let us start in today's session. Can you see my screen, the PowerPoint screen? Very good. So I will just inform you if I am on the PowerPoint. If I am on the PowerPoint, I'm not sure if I can read your message. Okay, so if it's urgent, raise a hand. Okay, because I don't look through the messages if I am explaining. Okay. We are in course TU170. This is meeting 1. We will speak about learning and information technology. We will cover in this meeting 2 chapters: information technology, the internet, and you, the user. And we will also cover chapter 2, the internet, the web, and the e-commerce. Yusra, make sure the problem not in your side. Ragad, why are you muted? I didn't mute anyone. Maybe it's the setting, the default setting. So I will change it inshallah next meeting. Just give me a second. Right. Okay. So I will change the setting later to make sure you can speak if you want. So okay, let us start. Chapter 1. In Chapter 1, we will cover the parts of information system, which are the people, the procedures, the software, the hardware, the data, and the internet. Also, we will distinguish between the two main parts of the software, which is the system software and the application software. We will identify different types of computer, which is 5 types from, and also the 5 types of person computers. We will define data and describe documents, worksheet, database. What are these type of files? And we will explain how we can connect with computers, or how we can connect computers with networks. So there are many parts in using any information system. For any information systems, there are people or the users, there are procedures, there are software, there are hardware, and there is data and also the internet. People, which is the users, which is are the people who are using the computers. They called the end users because they are the people who are requesting the information or sending some information. This is the connectivity. So we have the system, the computer itself, used by the people, and the system use some software, and there is also procedures, the steps we should follow to process the data or request any information or send any information. And also there is the data we sent it, like the pictures, audio, documents. And there is also the internet, which is the network we use it usually to send the data. So we will explain these parts in more details. The first part in any information system is people or users. And they are the most important part of any information system, because without people, we only have devices, softwares, networks, but without any use, because no one has used this system. So without people, it will be only devices. The computer, the information system will be only existing systems. And as you've seen today, our lives are touched every day by computers, direct or indirect way, as we deal every day with technologies, and we start to depend on the technologies and the internet every day. Sometimes we use the computer or the information system direct, like if we open the computer, open the Word, creating some homework, some documents, using different applications like PowerPoint or internet browsers. Or when we just connect to the internet, we search for some of the information. So this is called direct way of connecting to the information system. There is also indirect way of our use to the computers, like if we go to hospitals, if they explain to us some medicines, so the doctor describe a medicine to us, we go to the pharmacy, we take the medicine without knowing what was the process behind description of the medicine. Also entertainment, we use it for communicating with others, for publishing our works. We use it for education and business also. The second part of the information system is the procedures. Procedures are actually the rules or guidelines for people to follow when using software, hardware, and data, which is the steps you have to follow to execute some of the jobs you need to do by using the computer. Like, for example, if you want to write your homework, first you have to bring your computer, you have to turn it on, then you have to open the application like Microsoft Word, then you have to start writing, you have to save your work, then you have to print it. Some example of procedures. They are typically documented in a printed or electronic manuals written by computer specialists. The procedures can be also the reference booklet when you buy your computer or when you buy a new printer, about how to install it, how to use it, how to change the ink, how to charge the battery, how to write or how to secure your computer. So all this information, these procedures are written in a simple way to be understandable by the users, by the peoples. So it's written for the people. You can find it for the new device. You can find it for a program or application. Like if you go to help, for example, here, and you can see here, you can search in the help about a topic you need to do it. For example, in PowerPoint, like what you can do to add a new slide or to make an animation. These are called procedures. We also have software, which is the applications. Software are instructions tell the computer how to do its work. Different types of programs, like the Office programs, which is PowerPoint, Word, Photoshop, Internet browser. Each program have a specific purpose. So you open the PowerPoint to create a presentation. You open the Word to write a document. You open the Internet browser to look for an information or to write some information. There are also the purpose of software is to convert data, which is the unprocessed facts, into information. So this is the purpose of software, is to convert data, change the data from raw material data, which is unprocessed facts like words, letters, to information, to sentence, to documents, to processed pictures. There are, we can distinguish between the two types of software by dividing it to two categories. Application softwares, which help the user finish their works, like the programs you use, calculator, painter, PowerPoint, word processor, which is application software intended to be used by the user in direct way. And the other type of software is the system software, which is used by the computer itself to manage the process inside your computer, to run your applications, to manage the process inside your computer. If you open, for example, more than one application together, like if you opening video and audio and internet browser at the same time. So system software is like the operating system, like Windows, like iOS, like Linux, the different operating system. These called system software. Whereas the application software is the application used by the user to easy the jobs for the user, to allow him to finish his work. Okay. Then we have also hardware. Hardware is actually the touchable things, the touchable materials in your computer, including the things you see, like the keyboard, like the mouse, like the screen, and also the things hidden inside the computer, like the motherboards, memory, hard disk. So we can define the hardware like electronic devices that can follow instruction to accept input, process it, and produce information. And there are 4 different types of computers. We will divide the 4 types of computers to 4, starting from the supercomputers, the highest performance computer, the huge computer with a trillion operation in 1 second, to the personal computer, which is less performance, comparing with the supercomputers with less operations done in 1 second. So we have supercomputers as highest performance computer. Then in the second level, we have mainframe computers. Then we have mid-range computers. Then we have personal computers. So supercomputer is the highest performance, the most powerful computer, used for quick calculation, very quick calculation, to the least powerful, which is the personal computer, the one we use it usually at home or in office, like laptops, tablets, and smartwatches. These are personal computers. So supercomputers, these are the definition of the different types of computers. First, we have supercomputers. It is special high-capacity computers used by very large corporations, like if they want to predict the forecast. They are used to process massive amount of data, so it's need to give results in very short time. Usually they use supercomputers to predict the forecast, the weather pattern, the weather, the temperature. Then we have the mainframe computer. It's less performance than supercomputers, but higher than the mid-range computers. So mainframe computers used occupy a special wired air-conditioned room. So it's very huge. It's wired. We place it inside air-conditioned room. Usually it's used by insurance companies to process information about their users, which are the policy holders. Then we have the mid-range computers, which is usually the servers, and it's used by medium-sized companies to locate servers to store the user's information there. So like banks, college, universities, usually they use it to retrieve data from a database, to collect information about their users and to store it inside a database. Then we have the personal computers, the PCs, which is the most widely used and the fastest growing type of computers because of their characteristics. Most of personal computers, portable, good speed, cheaper than other computers. So it's on the hand of the users. Also, the PCs divided, the personal computers can be divided to different 5 types. Desktop, which is placed on table, usually they are huge, not huge, but they are big than the tablet and the laptops. Laptops, which is the very famous types of PCs to be used by students, by businessmen, because they are portable, depend on the batteries, high performance comparing to our use. Yes, laptops is most usable one. Then we have tablets with less functions. So if you have laptops, you can perform more tasks than if you have tablets. Then also we have smartphones. Then we have a wearable like smartwatch. So the desktop, comparing to other personal computers, is the most powerful among these, as we can install different type of softwares, and it has high hardware, like high memory, like hard disk, high processor. You can play games, for example, by using your desktop. You can watch videos. It has good screen graphics. So usually the PCs is perform better than laptops, although desktop and laptops has mostly the same level يعني of performance. So hardware is the equipment that processes the data to create information. It's controlled by software. Equipment like screen, computer, like keyboard, like mouse, process the data because you will enter the letters, the words by using the keyboard. The letters will be processed inside the computer, then it will be displayed inside your screen. So the software will be inside the process, inside the computer. You don't know what is it. The operating system will perform this information to you. Hardware for a PC system falls into four basic categories, which is the system unit, input and output devices, secondary storage, and communication. Usually we'll find this information for any computer. If you go to buy a new computer, you will find the system unit with what is the operating system, what is the RAM, what is the hard disk size, what is the graphics card installed there, so what is the internet connection there, Wi-Fi or modem or whatever. So these are the categories of hardware in a computer. Now let's move into what is data. Data is actually the raw unprocessed fact, including the text, the numbers, the image, and sound. So you can expect a question here. What multiple choice, for example, what is data among these options? Text, numbers, image, sounds are all representing data. Processed data becomes information. If you open a document, blank document, you start to type information there, then you are typing text. Your computer will process these letters to represent words in your screen. Digital data is stored electronically in files, so you will have different types of file, which is the digital data stored in files. Based on what are they? Are they sound? Are they pictures? Are they videos? So there are four common types of file. There are the document files, which are created by Word. There are worksheet files, which are created by Excel. There are database files, which are created by database program. There are presentation files which are created by PowerPoint, for example, which is I'm speaking only regarding the Office programs, but for sure there are another application, not Office only, not Microsoft Office only, but we have also another programs which do the same jobs, but because Microsoft Office is the most popular Office applications. So document files created by word processors to save documents such as letters and memos. So you use document or Word to write your homework, to write letters, or to write memos. We have also worksheet files, which is created by spreadsheet like Excel. We use it to analyze numbers like budgets and, for example, you can predict sales. We have database files created by database management programs to store a huge amount of data in a structured way and organized way, like the university subjects, the university students, which students take, which subject. So all these information can be stored inside database files. Then we have presentation files, like the file I'm showing to you now, created by presentation graphics program like PowerPoint to save presentation materials. So the PowerPoint advantage is, or features, is to add animation to the text and the pictures. We can combine text with pictures together, and we can show it, present it with the animation, which make the presenting more attractive. Then we have the connectivity. Almost all information systems provide a way to connect to other people and computers. So connectivity means how we can connect our computers with other computers. You are not only connecting to the computers, but also to the users behind these computers. So usually, as you know, we are using the internet. Connectivity is the capability of your personal computer to share information with other computers. If you are connected to the internet, then you are able to share information with others. Central to the concept of connectivity is the network. You have to connect to a network. So what is a network? Network is a communication system. Connect two or more computers. If you have two computers or more connecting together, then you have a network. The largest network existing in the world today is the internet. The web provides a multimedia interface to the numerous resources available on the internet. So the web is actually providing a friendly interface to the user, which allow the user to easily deal with the internet and the huge information exists there. Okay, so we finished chapter 1. We now have chapter 2, the internet, the web, and e-commerce. Take a break for until 3 o'clock. Okay, so around 7 minutes. Okay, take a break and come back here by 3 o'clock. Okay. Welcome back. I changed the option of muting you. So if you need to speak, you can, if you have a question or any comments, yes, you can unmute yourself and speak. Okay. So let us carry on in chapter 2. Chapter 2 will be about the internet, the service we usually do it by using the internet, the web, and e-commerce. So from chapter 2, we will explain the origins of the internet and the web, how it started, who invented as a beginning. We will explain how to access the web using providers and browser. Who are the provider of the web? Who are the browser? Think of this question as you paid money to whom to get access to the internet. Then we will compare different web utilities. We will get to the concept of what's plugins, what are filters, what's file transfer utilities, and what is internet security suites. Think of this part like what are the softwares that help you to browse the internet with safe and fast if you are downloading a file or connecting with someone. Make a connection through the internet. Then we will move into the point, compare different internet communication, including email, text messaging, what is instant messaging, what is social networking, what is blogs, what's microblogs, what is webcast, what is podcast, and what is wikis. So we will give definition to all these terms. What are they? And you need to distinguish between the use of each one of this. All of them are communication tools through the internet, but there are slight difference between them. So we will highlight this difference between them in the few coming slides. Then also we will describe what is search tools, including what is search engines, and how can evaluate the accuracy regarding the information presented in the web. How can we evaluate it? The information, is it accurate or it is misleading? Then we will find, highlight also the terms of cloud computing and Internet of Things, which are the newest terms coming to the information systems, cloud computing and Internet of Things. So as we said, the internet is the big network exists today in the world because it connects all the networks together over the globe, which allow us to send and receive information and data through the networks. First, it was established and launched in 1969 as American investment to help them in the Ministry of Interior. So it was first developed in US as a national computer network called ARPANET. So it was an army project. At the beginning, the internet was all text. There was no media can be sent through the internet. There was no graphics, no animation, no sound, no videos. Then when it started to spread, when they share it with the globe, it's start to become the internet as we know it today. So the terms World Wide Web, or WWW, as we refer to it, is introduced in 1991, and this make possible to share different media with the internet, not only text. So the internet actually is physical networks, which is the wire cables the towers, but the online refers to being connected to this network. So if you are online, we are actually connecting to the internet. Whereas the web is actually the information and the data stored inside the internet, which represent the resources available on the internet. So the web is actually the multimedia interface, which is the information stored in the internet, which is actually the wired and cables. The most common use of the internet and the web is, the first one is communicating. We use it to communicate with others by sending email, by sending photos, by making a video calls, or by joining discussion groups like forums. We also use the internet to do some searching. We look for the information if we are online. We access some of the world's largest library, which is the web, directly from our computers. We can log into international libraries from home, looking for the information online. We use also the internet for education and e-learning purpose. As we take classes online, we log into some of the education platforms, and we can learn about any subject we want or we are interested in the world. We use also the internet to entertain ourselves, for entertainment. Downloading music, watching movies, magazines, sharing our videos, playing games, and also we use the internet to make shopping. So to access to the internet, we need some providers for the service. Providers, who are the providers? So common way to access the internet is through an internet service providers, or as we call it, the ISP, Internet Service Provider. The providers are already connected to the internet, but they provide you, the user, with a connection to access the internet. So you pay to the internet service providers, like, for example, here we have STC, Zain, Mobily, the big telecommunication companies. You paid for them and they gain you access to the internet. The most widely used commercial internet service provider use telephone lines, cables, and wireless connection. So the ISP actually give you a connection through different media. Like if you are connecting with a SIM card in your phones, or through the routers, or through wireless connection if you are outside on the street, for example. Also, you need browsers. Browsers is actually the program you use it to access the web resources, which is like Internet Explorer, or which is called now Microsoft Edge, or if you are using a Chrome or Apple Safari or Mozilla Firefox, which is all of them are calling a browser. The browser job is to connect you to remote computers, opens and transfer files. So it's like a gate for you from your computers to the internet. If you're using your computer, you need a gate to access the internet. You are not using your applications, the Word, the PowerPoint. Okay. So some of the students asked me to explain the word in Arabic. Okay. So البراوزر هو عبارة عن المستعرض، برنامج موجود في الجهاز حال البرامج الثانية الموجودة بالجهاز، زي الوورد والباوربوينت والأوفيس والبرامج الثانية. وظيفة البراوزر هو إنه يعمل لك كبوابة علشان تدخلي على الإنترنت. فعندنا أنواع مختلفة من البراوزر اللي هي المشهورة والمعروف منها مايكروسوفت إدج والكروم والسفاري والفايرفوكس. فبراوزر هو عبارة عن البراوزر. برجع على السلايدات الثانية بس على السريع. الإنترنت سيرفيس بروفايدر هو الشخص اللي بيزودك بخدمة الإنترنت. زي إحنا عندنا شركات الاتصالات الكبرى، وطبعا بيزودونا بخدمة الإنترنت بأكثر من ميديا، بأكثر من طريقة. فأحيانا بتشبك الإنترنت باستخدام الجوال عن طريق السيم كارد، أو بتشبكه وايرلس من الراوتر في البيت، أو ممكن وأنت بالشارع تشبك على الواي فاي اللي توفرها التليكومينيكيشن المختلفة. اوكي، وهنا بعدين في عندنا اللي هي قلنا استخدامات الانترنت، قلنا نستخدمها عشان الكوميونيكيتنج، التواصل. زي ممكن نستخدم الايميلز او الفوتوز او الفيديو، ممكن نستخدم عشان البحث، السيرشنج، التعليم، الاديوكيشن، والانترتينمنت اللي هي التسلية، والشوبينج اللي هي المشتريات، التبضع اونلاين. تاريخ الانترنت بدأ كمشروع في وزارة الداخلية الأمريكية، كان يسمى أبانت، كان فقط يستخدم في إرسال التكست انفورميشن، فقط المعلومات النصية. بعدين لما تطور وصار www الويب في عام 1991، صار في إمكانية أن احنا نتبادل الفيديو والبيكتشرز والأوديو. فبعدين في عندنا تفرقة ما بين الويب والإنترنت. الإنترنت هي عبارة عن الهاردوير اللي تمثل الشبكة زي الوايرات والكيبلز، بينما الويب هي عبارة عن الانفورميشن أو الريسورس، المصادر اللي موجودة داخل الشبكة، اللي هي عبارة عن الملفات والمعلومات والبيكتشرز والموفيز وكل حاجة. Okay, so let us carry on. Internet access البراوزر if we are using the browser اللي هو زي ما قلنا الإدج والكروم والسفاري، وفي بعد براوزرات أخرى. For a browser to connect to resources, if you open the browser, you need to type the address of the website. أول ما نفتح البراوزر بنحط عادة العنوان، الأدرس. فالأدرس يحدد لنا اللوكيشن اللي موجود فيه الريسورس اللي احنا نبغاه. Okay, so the location or the addresses of the resources must be specified. If you open the browser, you need to type in the address. The address is called Uniform Resource Locator, or as we call it the URL. فالعنوان اللي بنكتبه بيسموه URL أو Uniform Resource Locator. ليش بيسموه Uniform Resource Locator؟ لأن لكل ويب سايت exists on the web, it has a unique address defined by its URL. The URL usually divided to two parts, the protocol and domain name. The protocol will determine rules for exchanging data between computers, like the HTTP, HTTPS, FTP, and other protocols. For web traffic, the domain name is actually a name to define this address to make it easier to remember a website. So indicates the specific address where the resources is located, where we can find the resources. Each domain name ends with a top level domain, which is called the TLD. It's like higher level categories of the domain. It will tell the user this domain refer to which organization or host by which organization. What is the kind of the host of this website? Like, for example, if it's an email, it will become usually .com. If it's an educational website, it will be edu. فعندنا العنوان اللي بنكتبه في البراوزر يسمى URL، وعادة بيقسم إلى قسمين، البروتوكول والدومين نيم. البروتوكول عبارة عن بيحدد لنا الرولز مع هذا الموقع، هل أنت مسموح لك تدخل إلى معلومات سرية فيه أو فقط تشوف المعلومات الظاهرة؟ ومسموح لك ترسل ملفات ولا لا؟ ف كذلك بتحدد سرية المعلومات اللي رايحة وجاية في هذا الكونكشن مع الويب سايت. is it secured ولا لا؟ وفي عندنا الدومين نيم وبيحدد لنا العنوان، هذا راجع لأي كاتيجوري، هل هو تعليمي، هل هو حكومي، هل هو تجاري، فهذا بيسموه top level domain. We have more than top level domain اللي you can find it usually at the end of the URL or of your email. edu refers to educational organization, .com refers to commercial organization, refers to charitable non-profit organization, .mil refers to military, .gov refers to government organization. This is an example of a URL which we can type it on a web browser. HTTPS, this is the protocol, and it's referred to a secure connection between you, which is your computer, and the host of the domain. www.mtv.com is actually the domain name, and it's unique. You can't find two links have the same domain. .com is called the top level domain. ففي عندنا البروتوكول اللي هي عبارة عن HTTPS أو HTTP أو FTP أو any protocols ممكن يكون هنا بيحدد لي الرولز اللي الرولز حق الكونكشن اللي ما بين جهاز اليوزر والهوست أو السيرفر اللي موجود عليه الويب سايت. MTV www.mtv.com هذا بنسميه كامل الدومين نيم اللي هو الموقع. الموقع نفسه في كذلك الحروف اللي بعد آخر نقطة بيسموها top level domain وبتحدد لي نوع الأورجنايزيشن، وفي عندنا هنا عدة أنواع من الأورجنايزيشن ممكن إن إحنا نعرف الدومين هذا راجع لإيش من التوب ليفل دومين حقه، هل هو تعليمي، هل هو تجاري، هل هو charitable. اوكي. ويب يوتيليتيز أو البرامج المساعدة في الويب. Utilities are programs that make computing easier because it's help you for better serving the web. Web utilities are specialized utility programs that make using the internet and the web easier and safer. So this is the purpose of using web utilities, to make the browsing of the web easier and safer. This can be a question for true and false. There are different types of utilities. Some of them you will find them installed in your browser, and we call them a browser-related program. Other utilities designed to protect children from dangerous and inappropriate website materials, which can be installed as a separate program, not together, not embedded in your browser. So some examples of utilities like the plugins, like the filters, like the file transfer utilities, like the internet security suites. فالutilities هي عبارة عن برامج مساعدة هدفها أن تخلي تصفح الإنترنت أسهل وأسرع. بعض اليوتيليتيز بتكون مثبتة في نفس البراوزر أو تشتغل مع البراوزر، وبعضها لا بتكون مثبتة في الجهاز، تكون مخصصة مثلا أنها تحمي الأطفال ممنوع أن بيفتحوا ويب سايت معينة، أو أن تظهر لهم إعلانات غير مناسبة، أو أن ممنوع أنه يفتحوا مثلا ويب سايت أو يتصفحوا ويب سايت تحطيها في البلوك ليست يعني. فبعض هذه اليوتيليتيز بنسميها بلاج انز أو فلترز أو فايل ترانسفير protocol, some as pop-up blocker which is our utilities. نعم. والله بالنسبة إلى الإنترنت I think أن I have full coverage for the internet, so I'm not sure if my voice is cutting to all students or only Faisal. Is my voice clear, students?
Yes, clear.
Very good. So Faisal, if you can check your side, maybe your internet is يعني have some trouble on your side. Okay, so plugins, as we said, they are programs automatically started and operates as part of your browser. So usually you install it once and it will run every time you open your browsers. Some of these plugins are included in many today's browser and operating systems. So sometimes you don't need even to install it. It will be there automatically. These are some of the common usable plugins like Acrobat Readers, like Media Player, QuickTime, Real Player, Shockwaves. So these type of plugins allow you, for example, to open PDF file in your browser, allow you to run videos and audios file like music, podcast in your computer and the browser. Rather than downloading the file, then running it in your computer. Shockwaves, which is for playing flash in your computer. فهذه البلاج انز برامج بتخلي زي ما قلنا تصفح الانترنت اسهل واسرع. فبدل ما ان انت تحملي الملف، مثلا لو عندك ملف PDF ما تحتاج ان انت تحمليه في الجهاز علشان تشغليه ب الPDF reader اللي عندك في الجهاز. خلاص هو already can be opened في البراوزر. فالفاسيلتي هذه انه هو يفتح في البراوزر حقك تسمى بسبب وجود البلاج انز في البراوزر. ونفس الشيء بالنسبة إلى الأوديو والفيديو. Another utilities is filters. Filters, from their names, programs allow parents and organization to block access to selected sites. ف بيمنعوا انه يخلوا اليوزر يقدر يفتح ويب سايتس معينه، فبيحطوا هذه بيسووا فلتر الى الويب سايت المسموحه. These programs can monitor use and generate reports about total time spent on the internet. There is a purpose also regard these filters about they can generate reports about the user, how many hours they spend on the web on individual websites. These are some of the filters, the most usable filters like Net Nanny, like Costedo Parent Control, AVG Family, Northern Online Family, McAfee Family. So you can download this one and you can specify the allowed time to a specific user, which website is allowed to be opened. Then we have also web utilities, the file transfer utilities. File transfer utilities programs allow you to upload and download files easier. Wherever the internet connection, for example, disconnected suddenly, the file transfer utilities will help you to continue downloading or uploading your file. The most popular types of file transfer are the File Transfer Protocol, FTP, and SFTP, which is Secure File Transfer Protocol. There is also web-based file transfer service like Dropbox and also BitTorrent. فالفايل ترانسفير يوتيليتيز تساعدنا أثناء عمل الأبلود والداونلود. بتكون برامج نقدر ننزلها على الجهاز بحيث إن إحنا لو سوينا داونلود لفايل كبير أو أبلود إلى فايل وانقطع علينا النت، لما نرجع نتصل بالنت يرجع تحميل الملف أو الداونلود حقه. Then we have Internet Security Suite. Is a collection of utilities program designed to maintain your security and privacy while you are on the web. So it will prevent others, the hackers, from attacking your connection, trying to steal your information or listening to your communication. This is the purpose of Internet Security Suite. تحمي اليوزر من المتطفلين زي الهاكرز أثناء اتصاله بالإنترنت، إنه يسوي زي الجدار العازل ما بين اتصالك والأشخاص اللي يبغوا يدخلوا عليك. This program control spam, protect against computer virus, provide filters and much more. objectives of using an internet security suite many. ممكن إن هي علشان تمنع السبام، ممكن إنها علشان تمنع الفيروسز، ممكن عشانها تعمل كفلترز. ففي أكثر من function ممكن تغطيها مثل هذه البرامج. You can buy each program separately and the cost of the suite is typically much less. يعني إن ممكن تشتري البرنامج بشكل منفصل على حسب احتياجك أو تشتريه كباكج. The most famous internet security suites Kaspersky, McAfee and Norton. So ممكن يجينا سؤال على المالتيبل تشويس أو true false، يذكروا لكم واحد من هذه البرامج مثلا ويقول لك هذه refers to which web utilities. هل هي internet security suites؟ هل هي FTP؟ كما لاحظتوا يعني ان الويب يوتيليتيز اللي مرينا عليها سو فار كلها فيها انواع مذكوره في اخر السلايد، فممكن ان هم مثلا يحطوا لكم اياها مالتيبل تشويس او ترو فولس او حتى fill in the blank. فمطلوب منكم تحفظوها وتميزوا ما بينها. Now we will move into the communication. Communication is the most popular internet activity. يعني you can't find a user of the internet he didn't done any type of communication, either by email, either by message, either by chatting, either by video call or voice call. So the most popular types of communication through the internet is email, message, social networking, and blogs, microblogs, webcasts, podcasts, and wikis. So we will distinguish between them. The first one is email or electronic mail. The transmission of the connection here will be as electronic message over the internet. For any email, there are three basic parts. في عندنا الهيدر، والهيدر بالعادة يشتمل على ثلاث أشياء. الادرس which is التو والسي سي والبي سي سي اللي بنعبيها في الايميل. We also have a subject عنوان الايميل. We also have an attachment اللي هي any files you want to attach it to your email. We also have a second part اللي هي المسج itself which is the email itself. The things you want to tell the receiver about. And we have the signature اللي هي توقيع المرسل who is the sender. This is an example of an email. So the header will be on the first part of the email including two CC, subject and attachment. So 4 parts in the header. بعدين we have the mail. Then we have a signature at the end. Usually we have the email address كذلك في مقسم إلى أكثر من قسم. We have the username which is a unique among all users under the domain. بعدين في عندنا الات وعندنا الدومين نيم يعني مين الهوستنج حق هذا الإيميل. وبعدين في عندنا التوب ليفل دومين اللي هي آخر 3 حروف واللي هي بتمثل لي الأورجانيزيشن. Yes, Abdulrahman, you can leave. Okay. Then we have what is the advantage of using email as a communication tool? Can be a valuable asset in your life because it is cheaper, it's fast, you can send an email to anywhere if you know the email address. But there are some drawbacks of the email. Here we have the drawbacks of the email. في عندنا الspam, as we can get many spam emails and usually they will move into the junk or unwanted or unsolicited email. And the spam is usually an email, you get an email from someone you don't know. Computer viruses, you can get viruses through the email or destructive programs are often attached to spam. by providing links or files in the email and you don't know. So by clicking there, you actually affecting your computer with virus. Then also we have how we can control spam by using spam blockers or filters, by using anti-spam, and also there is anti-spam laws. في قانون حق الانتي-spam, like in USA, can spam requires that every marketing related email provide an OBT out options. ف بالعادة يعني احنا بتجينا spam emails لأن we already provide our emails in different websites and networks. فممكن تكوني انت عبيتي ابلكيشن ولا دفعتي شريتي حاجة اونلاين والانفورميشن كانت هناك، فياخذوا الانفورميشن هذه ويستخدموها في اغراض السبامز او الماركتينج sometimes. There are two main types of messaging. نيجي الحين حق المسجing. المسجing two types. Text messaging إما كتexting أو SMS, which is a short message approximately 160 characters. كل message divided إلى 160 characters only, very short يعني. It was originally limited to characters, but now you can send. الأول كانت فقط محصورة على التكست على letters, but now we can include different media like image, videos, or sound. In case you attach one of these media, we will call the message as MMS, which is multimedia messaging service. Usually we send SMS or texting through the telecommunication company by using STC or Zen or Mobile or any telecommunication company. فالرسائل النصية text messaging رسائل نصية. بعدين في عندنا other type of messaging اللي هي المراسلة. في عندنا ال IM أو ال instant messaging. ال instant messaging two or more people ممكن إن هم يصيروا contacted together، والcontacting حقهم ممكن يكون direct or through live communication. يعني at the same time I send you a message and you receive it and reply me at the same time. For using instant messaging, there are a lot of programs allow you to make a video conference like allow two or more people to contact each other via direct live communication. Most of the programs include video conference features, file sharing with remote assistant. فلما نستخدم one of these applications, we will find that we can make a video call or audio call. We will find that we are able to share files together, pictures, videos, audios, documents. Most widely used an instant messaging service. So we have, for example, Facebook Messenger, Skype, Google Hangout. These are all IM أو محادثات فورية يسموها يعني. Then we have social networking. Social networking sites focus on connecting people and organizations that share a common interest or activities. Social networking اللي هي المواقع الاجتماعية، مواقع الشبكات الاجتماعية. الشبكات الاجتماعية لما يكون مجموعة من الأشخاص عندهم نفس الاهتمامات أو بيمارسوا نفس الأنشطة، فبيروحوا بيسووا جويننج حق مواقع أو جروبات لها نفس الانترست. These sites provide many tools that facilitate meeting، وفي كذلك عندنا tools بتسهل الميتينج حق هذول الأشخاص والشيرنج طبعا. Example of social networking: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn، واللي هو usually used for business oriented social networking. As you will have a network of your colleagues and who study at the same universities and college. Then we have the blogs and microblogs. Blogs are personal websites. Articles are regularly posted. and they will be arranged in chronological order, يعني old post down with a new post on top. Posting are time-stamped with the newest item first. Who are read this blogs allowed to comments on the blog اللي هي المدونات. Some blogs are like online diaries with personal information, with others for sharing some hobbies or theme, like good books, electronic devices. And several sites provide tools to create blogs, like bloggers with WordPress. فالبلوجز اللي هي المدونات بعضها بيسمح لنا ان احنا نكتب مدونات كبيرة زي البلوجر والووردبريس، وبتكون مرتبة زمنيا، الجديدة فوق والقديمة تحت، واللي بيقراها مسموح له انه يكتب تعليق الى الكاتب. المايكرو blogs the same idea of a blogs but with less words to write. Its intention is to write short sentence like a Twitter rather than long stories like traditional blogs. The purpose of microblogs is to keep in touch with your friends or the people with the same interest. Most microblogs websites are Twitter. Both webcast and podcast. نيجي الحين حق الويبكاست والبودكاست. Both of them for media content, but the difference between them, webcast you don't need to download the file to play the media, whereas the podcast you have to download the file before you play it. For example of a webcast like YouTube, you don't need to download the file, you just browse the website and click play to show the video. Whereas podcast, you have, it's also streaming technology, but you have to download the file before and save it to your computer before you run it. هذا هو البودكاست. Then we have Wikis. Wikis is written by collaboration among people. This is why we call it collaborative writing, because it's written by many people. So Wiki is actually a website designed to allow visitors to add, edit, or delete the contents. The famous example of wikis is the Wikipedia, which is an online encyclopedia written and edited by anyone who wants to contribute. Creating blogs and wikis are example of web authoring. So you become an author if you write and contribute to wikis. Then we have also search tools. Search tools, because if you are using the internet, you need to search for the information among the huge information published on the web. So you need some search tools to help you locate the information, and this is the purpose of search tools. Search services are organization operated website help you locate the information you need. They provide special programs called spiders to spot any new information published on the web and to update their databases. They also provide special programs called search engines to locate the information easily for the users. The search engines are specialized programs that assist you in locating information on the web. Example of the big engines, search engines are Google, Bing, and Yahoo. So if you find some information, if you search for some information in the web, you have to make sure the one you will use it, the information you will use it or will depend on are accurate. And these are some advice about how to accurate the information you found it on the web. First, you have to ask yourself, who is the authors of the information? Regard the accuracy. Does anyone critically reviewed the information there and before posting it on the web? Is there a time where this information was published? The currency, is it old or new information? What was the purpose of publishing this information? What is the website? Is it an authorized website or it's general wikis? So Wikipedia is not an authorized place to find an information, but better to look for the reference if you are looking for accurate information. Then we have the cloud computing. The cloud computing, cloud computing use the internet to transfer many of the activities from the computers of the user to the web, to the internet, like printing, like storing information. It frees end user from owning, maintaining, and storing software programs and data. And also it will provide access to this service from anywhere through an internet connection. So الكلاود كومبيوتنج هي عبارة عن خدمة موجودة الآن في الإنترنت علشان بدل ما إن إحنا نعتمد بكامل استخدامنا للإنترنت على جهازنا الموجود والبرامج المثبتة فيه وعلى طابعتنا، كل شيء صار له شيفتنج على الإنترنت. فصارت الطابعة مثبتة على الإنترنت، صارت الفايلات مخزنة على الكلاود في الإنترنت، وبالتالي طالما أن أنت موجودة في أي مكان وعندك جهاز وتقدر تدخل على الإنترنت، تقدر تطبع وتقدر تخزن ملفات وتقدر تفتح ملفاتك الموجودة على الكلاود. The basic component to cloud computing, we have the clients, which is the end user, we have the internet, and also we have the service provider, like Google Drive application. So you can find there many applications already available on the cloud. Service provider like email, or like the Drive, calendar, task, different files like Words, Excel. So here, all the clients here through the internet can access any information stored in the server. Last things in our class today is the Internet of Things. It's mean embedding the internet inside devices, then you can communicate it with these devices through the internet, like the smartwatch, like the washing machine, like the TV. So the internet is becoming more and more part of our lives. IoT, or Internet of Things, as the continuing development of the internet that allows everyday objects embedded with an electronic device to send and receive data over the internet. As you've seen today, TV already have a wireless connection, so we can connect directly to the web with other TVs and browse YouTube, browse the internet, making calls. These everyday objects include smartphones and wearable devices. For example, we have here Fitbit, which is a bracelet to measures health data of the user, like the number of steps, the heart rate, the quality of sleeps and steps climbed, and other information. So we finished today's class. Thank you very much for attending today's class. And I've got an email from Aya. Aya will be my coordinator with you. So I will send Aya Yusuf. So I will send, if you have any problem, you can manage or any questions, you can discuss together with your coordinator Aya, and she can contact me. Okay. Also, I have a message from Saud Nasser or Rubian. Saud, are you here? I got the link of our class today. I'm not understanding what do you mean. So we finished today class. If you want to leave, you are free to go. So
can I ask you a question, please?
Yes.
Yes, this is Yusra. Just is it enough to review this slides for the quiz, or we need to?
I think it's enough. Yes, I think it's enough. Yes.
Thank you.
Any question?
Miss.
Yes.
أبي أسأل متى حيكون الكويز، يعني الساعة كم؟ لأن أنا حاجزة رحلة يوم السبت وحابة أعرف يعني الساعة كم حيكون الكويز.
والله للأسف أنا ما أعرف الساعة كم، بس هو دكتور محمد الشنطي رسل قال إنه بيكون يوم السبت فقط. فما أعطى أي تفاصيل أخرى عن وقت الامتحان. انتظروا الإعلان حقه، الإيميل حقه، وأنتي ممكن تتواصلي معاه قبل وتقولي له عشان تعرفي تضبطي أمورك قبل. فممكن تقولي ان انت عرفتي ان الكويز يوم السبت، بس ان التوقيت ممكن ان انت تكوني مسافره في هذا اليوم او انت في رحله، علشان لو في ميك اب انه يكون في لك اكسكيوز لو ما قدرتي تاخذي الامتحان. طبعا
إيش اسم الدكتور؟
محمد الشنطي. اوريدي موجوده الكونتاكت ليست، موجوده في LMS.
دكتورة. ثانك يو دكتور.
نعم
دكتور، الاختبار بيكون يوم واحد بس؟
يوم واحد، نعم، يوم السبت.
اونلاين ولا بالجامعة؟
لا، بيكون اونلاين. كل امتحاناتكم ان شاء الله بتكون اونلاين.
تمام، يعطيك العافية.
الله يعافيك.
طب دكتورة، أنا بس عندي سؤال.
يس.
دحين أنا عشان دخلت المحاضرة حقتك ما جاني إيميل، فرحت عن موقع LMS وعملت كوبي لللينك وفتحته ودخلت. طيب دحين في المرة الجاية هل حسوي نفس الحركة ولا؟
خلاص احنا لينك واحد، يعني انا برسل لكم حتى اللي وصلهم الايميل، خلاص هذا اللينك حقنا معتمد.
تمام.
ف كل مرة بتدخلي من اللينك، ممكن من LMS، ممكن تثبتيه عندك وفي التيمز، وخلاص كل مرة بتدخلي عليها.
تمام خلاص اوكي. طب هل الأسبوع الجاي حيكون في محاضرة ولا؟
الاسبوع الجاي فما في محاضرة، اللي بعده ان شاء الله في
الإيفن. اوكي. بس معلش آخر شيء، هل حترسل الريكورد ليكتشر ولا؟
نعم ان شاء الله.
طيب تمام، شكرا لك. خلاص أقدر أخرج بعد كده؟
نعم تقدري تمشي.
دكتورة،
شكرا لك.
عفوا. نعم.
حابة أسألك، الكويز هذا حق الأسبوع اللي بيجي هذا السبت حيكون في شابتر 1 بس؟
في السيشن حقت اليوم اللي درستوه اليوم.
اوكي، يعني شابتر 1 وشابتر 2.
جاكم ايميل حق الكويز بيوضح لكم، يعني هو احنا كل اللي درسناه سيشن واحدة، فالكويز اكيد عليها.
اوكي ثانك يو.
في questions from students. هل وقت الاختبار مفتوح؟ لا مو مفتوح، بيتحدد لكم وقت معين، فتأكدوا ان انتوا تاخذوا الاختبار. حطوا لكم ريمايندر، مو يفوتكم الامتحان تخسروا ماركس، تعتبر ميد تيرم ماركس علشان بس انتوا نسيتوا الامتحان او فاتكم. حطوا لكم ريمايندر، ذكروا نفسكم. next class meeting ان شاء الله بيكون في، احنا اليوم 25، الاسبوع اللي بعده 8، يوم 8 ان شاء الله.
طيب دكتورة لو سمحتي.
نعم.
بخصوص الTMA شلون بيكون يعني طريقته؟
ما شفت انا صراحة مال الTMA مال الترم الماضي، بس اتوقع TMA بيكون بالعادة اسئلة ودiscussions والطالب بيكتب عليها الاجابات، فما بيكون صعب يعني. ما جربت، بس اتوقع بهذه الطريقة الTMA.
يعني بيكون في مدة معانا يوم او يومين؟
لا بينزلوه بدري. TMA بالعادة ينزل بدري في LMS، والطالب بينزل الفايل وبيبدأ يحل فيه. بيحطوا وقت حق الديدلاين حق التسليم، وبيخصموا درجات بعد كل يوم تسليم متأخر. فأول ما ينزل التي ام اي انتم بتشوفوه، بيجيكم إعلان، بيجيكم إيميل إنه تي ام اي نزل. واضح؟
تمام، شكرا دكتورة.
الكويز ما أدري معلومات عنه غير أنه يوم السبت إن شاء الله. If you have no question you can leave.
دكتورة،
نعم.
طب انت قلتي حيجيكم اعلان او
إيميل.
يعني حيظهر لنا في الايميل حق الجامعة؟
نعم نعم نعم. أي تواصل أو أي انفورميشن جديدة بالعادة الكوردينيتور حق المادة بيرسل إيميل للطلبة وبيجيكم كويز أو شيء، بس أنتوا دائما يعني زي ما لاحظت اليوم ان بعض الطلبه ما وصلها الايميل حق اللينك حق الكلاس.
صحيح.
وانا اوريدي رسلت الى الجميع يعني. فميك شور انه لو حصل اي خطا ما ادري ايش ممكن يحصل، ادخلوا دائما على LMS وشيكوا هناك.
تمام، جزاك الله خير
فهي
دكتورة.
تعتبر بوابه رسميه بينكم وبين الماده.
تمام،
بالتوفيق.
شكرا.
عفوا.
دكتورة.
نعم
دكتورة، ايش الواجب؟ انت قلتي واجب بس ما فهمت وش الواجب.
التي ام اي واجب للمادة يكون من 20 درجة. بينزل على LMS، بينزل على LMS وبينزله الطالب وبيحله وبيرجع يرسله مرة ثانية على LMS.
اوكي، شكرا.
عفوا.
معلش دكتورة، بس شوي النت علق عندي قبل شوي.
مو مشكلة. Any question؟
دكتورة.
نعم.
الحين المحاضرة في أشياء فهمتها وفي أشياء ما فهمتها، ففي الاختبار أتوقع مش بيكون شوي صعب، كيف تنصحيني أذاكر؟
أول ما نخلص اليوم اقرأي السلايدات. لما تقرأيها وأنت لوحدك بتوضح عندك بعض الأمور اللي كانت صعبة عليك يعني أثناء الشرح. وممكن ترجع إلى الريكوردينج إن شاء الله إذا رسلت لكم مرة ثانية فيه explanation. بس المادة يعني اليوم السيشن هذه كانت كلها مصطلحات وتعاريف وتمييز ما بين أشياء. لازم يكون عندك خلفية عن المواضيع هذه كبيسك IT، فاقرأي. يعني أفضل شيء أن أنت تقرأي، كل ما صرتي فاميلر مع هذه الترم صارت سهلة لك. التحضير خلاص أخذته داونلودينج الفايل.
دكتورة، أنا تو طردني الموقع، أخاف إنه ما أخذتي اسمي من ضمنهم.
لا أخذت الحضور كامل وعندي التسجيل، فمو مشكلة. لا تفكري في هذا الموضوع.
يعطيك العافية.
الله يعافيك.
دكتورة، احنا نراجع من السلايدات ولا من الكتاب؟
يفضل طبعا الاثنين، بس السلايدات هي بتغطي لك كل البوينتس اللي انت مفروض تدرسيها.
اوكي تمام، يعطيك العافية.
الله يعافيك يا رب. يس، ما عندنا يعني if you want to leave you can leave.
دكتورة لو سمحتي، المحاضرة الحين مسجلة.
نعم.
فمتى تنزل على الموقع؟
هي بتخلص يعني اليوم في التيمز، لو خلصناها اليوم بكرة تنزل في البرنامج، فأنا أقدر أنزلها بعدين عندي على الجهاز وأرفعها من جديد، يعني قولي 3-4 أيام إن شاء الله.
يعني بتكون موجودة قبل الكويز؟
بتكون موجودة قبل الكويز. اليوم إيش؟ الاثنين، الثلاثاء تنزل يعني قول الأربعاء والخميس إن شاء الله أرفعها.
أوكي تمام، شكرا.
دكتورة، كنت بدي أسأل عن الاختبار، كيف بيكون؟ يعني أسئلة وأجوبة ولا اختياري ولا يعني؟
any type of online questions، يعني ممكن تكون multiple choice true false fill in the blank. هذه من الأسئلة المتوقعة يعني.
تمام، يعطيك العافية.
الله يعافيك.
في سؤال في الشات لمار.
نعم. اوكي خلص وقت السيشن.
الحضور كم عليه؟
ما أعتقد عليه شيء يعني، أو يمكن 5 درجات، ما أدري يعني بالضبط تقسيم الدرجات مو متأكدة منه، بس أدري إنه 50 أعمال سنة و50 فاينل. ممكن
أي.
لو حطوا عليه درجات بيكون 5 درجات.
أي تمام، شكرا.
بالتوفيق. Thank you for attending، ونلقاكم إن شاء الله على خير after 2 weeks. السلام عليكم.